Hi, I'm Kelly Cheadle, and I'm Wyatt's mom. When Wyatt was first born, and you're chatting about what's going on, when I let people know that he had had a stroke before he was born, while he was still in utero, they were really surprised. Kids can have strokes. People can have strokes at any ages, and that's kind of a surprise for a kid like Wyatt who has to deal with different things every day. Everything from the walk to school can be a challenge when it's icy out. Trying to manage a backpack and books and even playing in the kitchen. There's additional steps that he has to go through every single day. And so the chance to do something that's a little extra nice for him, I think, is really special.
I am Laura Wolitsky, and I am the area director of the Dream Factory of Rochester. The Dream Factory's purpose is to do something wonderful for some kids who deserve it. The fact that we fulfill dreams for children with critical and chronic illnesses opens it up to a lot more children. Kids with type 1 diabetes, cerebral palsy, cystic fibrosis, hemophilia. These kids live with their diseases day in and day out, and the Dream Factory seeks to do something really wonderful for them.
So when we were trying to figure out what Wyatt wanted to do for a dream, we thought about lots of different things because Wyatt has lots of different interests. So he really enjoys gems and mining, he really enjoys science, but one of his biggest loves is cooking. And so one of our challenges has been trying to find appropriate level cooking classes for Wyatt, because he's probably too advanced for some of the younger classes and not quite up to the skill level of an adult class where it requires lots of chopping or manipulation.
I'm Stephen Ciccone. I am from New York City, a pastry chef that specializes in confectionery art and couture wedding cakes.
Hi, I'm Mark Makovic. I'm the executive chef for Wegmans. I run our cooking school here.
Several months ago, I got an email on my website from Kelly, his mother, and she said, my son has cerebral palsy, which comes with its own set of limitations, and he is very inspired by you and wants to work in the pastry business, and especially in marrying art and food. And would you mind, at your convenience, having a conversation with him to just kind of, give him a little boost? And 24 hours later, we were on Skype and had the conversation in the beginning of a friendship. He was really looking for ways to navigate his limitations around the kitchen and how to work with commercial equipment and a piping bag.
Wyatt will come up with a project that he wants to do, or a dessert that he wants to try, or maybe a technique that he hasn't done before, and we kind of reverse engineer how we might do that, either using one hand or a different piece of equipment, and then we search to see if that equipment is even out there. And we've even got a few ideas of some things that we might try and build ourselves to try and make it easier for him in the kitchen. For example, like something to hold a bowl in a certain position so that he can scrape it out without having to worry about it falling over.
As we were talking to him, we were talking about different things that he enjoys. And he mentioned mining, and he mentioned a couple other things. And then we were talking more, and he got on the subject of baking. And you could just tell from his voice and the brightness in his eyes and the enthusiasm, like we hit on the right topic.
So we're actually going to bring in several guests in for him, and they're going to be watching the whole process going on, and he's actually wanted to produce his own YouTube video. So we've got everybody here. We're going to do a great video where we're actually going to teach him how to do the Napoleon, and I think that'll be our finished product that we present. But I'm going to have him actually teach to the camera, so he's running almost like a cooking show, where he's actually teaching everybody into the camera, along with a little bit of our help. We're going to run him through some of those items first, so then when we get time, he's going to present to the camera, here's how you do it, just like on TV.
So the fact that you guys were willing to help us out and not only come up with a class that would be appropriate for Wyatt, but to help him learn how to do more things in the kitchen independently was just fantastic.
He's going to see the bakery and the cheese cave and the patisserie and learn from the chefs here and everything.
So, a couple good surprises for him. We're actually going to have one of the Wegmans semi-trucks come by. I think we even have his own truck driver's jacket with his name on it, and we're going to bring him out back. We're going to bring him to our baking facility up at our main office, think we've got some cookies going on, some big mixers that he wanted to see, and maybe see some cookies coming right off the conveyor belt. And there's some sort of a golf cart ride at the office. We're also going to go to the cheese caves. Then I think we're going to come back here, we'll eat some food first, and then we'll hit it. We're going to do some patisserie stuff, decorate some cakes down there. Maybe we'll do some ultimate cookies, which again go down the conveyor belt, and then we'll probably eat those as they come fresh out of the oven. And then we'll do some stuff upstairs.
Waiting to hear this, Chef. Wyatt is so excited about today. He brought you a present. Grab that, honey.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
What's going on? Have a seat.
Really?
We probably have a couple more surprises for you, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it started at 9 and it's going to end at 3.
So it's probably not just, do you remember
Yeah.
this guy?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey! How you guys doing? You want some breakfast?
I already had my breakfast.
So we brought Chef
Surprise.
Steven up here. A surprise? So we
Yeah.
brought Chef Steven up here. We're gonna spend the day together. We're gonna do all sorts of pastries. I think we might take some trips around and view some things, but we're gonna bring Chef Steven in, and the two of us, we're gonna work with you. We're gonna teach you a whole bunch of pastries. We'll do a whole bunch of items, and I don't know, maybe some more surprises throughout the day.
A Wegman jacket that has your name on
My
it.
buddies will be so jealous.
Okay. Feel that. That horsepower.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
With 2 different types of flavorings. We're using one with the blueberry paste. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's the one thing that gets me when I'm cooking or baking. The smell that emanates from the oven.
Right, right. So what do you have a personal preference on what kind of chocolate you like to use?
Dark chocolate.
Dark, you like M&Ms and all that stuff? That's how that's done. It's done in a big thing called a panner. Think of like a big cement mixer.
Here we go. Making the same size of this one. We made it. Only one curve after.
Man,
Here,
that
got
smells
it?
really
Isn't that
good.
cool? Doesn't it smell delicious?
Yes.
Why, you want to come with me? We start over here at the mixer, mixing the dough. We go to the divider here, go through the oven, we cool it for 20 minutes, and I got a bunch of folks packing them down at the end. I'll show you really quickly while we...
How many cookies can the oven hold?
How many cookies? There's 1,000-pound batches over there. So we make like 35,000 cookies every 45 minutes.
Oh my god.
You want to come out here? My
Holy
mixer gonna dump one out for you right now. You want to see it?
Holy crow, that's a lot of cookies compared to... Holy shoot! Holy crow!
That's for you.
Awesome.
Welcome to the caves. Call it earthy brie because it has
You
a
know,
more
like we
intense
have a
profile.
Delis de Bourgogne, and now we call it
Oh.
a milder
Yeah,
earthy. Which
it's
would
made
be
in
some-
France,
Yep.
and originally this cheese, well, the Marquis de Lafayette is our medium, and this cheese is also made by the same company.
And I want you to ash the cheese today, and then I'm gonna send it to your store so you can pick it up in 3 weeks. There you go. Bingo. Got it. Now I'm gonna put this back in the cave and age it up for you,
Okay.
and we'll send it off to your store so you can pick it up in 3 weeks. Sound
Cool. Yeah.
good? And I wanted to show you a little bit about what we do.
Whoa.
So this is one of the caves.
Cool.
And the
What kind
cheese
of
that you
cheese
have
is that?
here, this is called Wild Fox. And the Wild Fox we get in when it's a 1 month old, and we wash it for 6 weeks. So what you just did with the Taleggio right there, we do that to each one of these cheeses 12 times
12 times.
over 6 weeks. And we age it up, And I have a piece of this for you to take with you so you can try it.
Cool. Of course I am.
Good, awesome.
Wait, I get to eat the whole cake?
Wow.
You could share with your family,
Make it
yeah?
last a day or two.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
This way you can make that same motion, the same direction every time. And then you're just
You
moving
can
this.
wipe your excess back off onto the bucket.
So here's what we're gonna do. I've got a recipe here. We're gonna be doing pastry cream. Really delicious pudding.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Does
And
it
it
smell
smells
like really
really-
delicious?
I do all of the typical common competencies of a classically trained pastry chef. A meringue is built, it isn't made.
36 tablespoons of butter.
And it's about 5 pounds of buttercream.
Your other hand.
Sorry, guys. Hey, Calvin.
Woohoo! Come on in. We've got 3 very special chefs today in the cooking school. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We have, first of all, our executive chef, Mark Makovic, from Wegmans here, who runs our cooking school. How'd I do there, Wyatt? Good? Good? Awesome. And then we have Chef Steven. Chef Steven came in last night from New York City. He is a famous patisserie
He's
chef
easy topped. You know he's easy
who
topped.
Wyatt has looked up to, and we brought him in this morning. And then I should talk about our star of the show, Chef Wyatt. Chef Wyatt chose a dream today from Dream Factory, and he asked to come to Wegmans for the day and spend the day with our chefs and learn a little bit about pastry and pastry bags. And I'll let him tell everybody later on what he learned. But right now, he's going to teach all of you, all of his guests. Did anybody come hungry? Maybe a little bit? Yes, right? So how about a big round of applause for Chef Wyatt, and we'll start the party.
Same as before, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1,
Oh, I'm sorry, Chef. What was that?
1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm gonna have so much stuff when I get home.
You just have to practice, practice, practice. 1, 2, 3, pull. Is that the first time you've done that?
Yes.
That looks better than his the first time he did it.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna talk you through a little bit of it. We did it all together just a little bit ago, but we're gonna assemble it here today. So what do we make first?
The pastry cream,
So what's in the pastry cream?
yolks, half and half, sugar,
Yep.
salt,
Yep. Why the salt?
cornstarch.
We're making desserts. Why the salt?
I don't know.
Make it taste better.
Makes it taste better.
Perfect.
So you have the sheet of puff pastry and you do this.
And that keeps it from doing what?
That keeps it from puffing up, which is the exact opposite of what you want it to do.
Right. So normally puff pastry, everybody likes their nice high puff pastries and fills it with whatever or just like eats it. So what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna try to keep it flat. So we took 1 sheet pan down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Puff pastry in, then what?
No, it was sheet, parchment paper, puff pastry, sheet of parchment paper, and then another one of these, which you would put on top of it, and then after a little bit, you'd smush it down, and then you'd dock it again.
Yeah. Because the puff pastry in the oven starts to go like this, or your whole sheet pan will start to go. So you gotta attack it, and you're gonna go at it, and you gotta push it down with some paper towels so you don't burn your hands. So you push it down, and then you make it flat, and that's how it comes out, right?
Yep.
So it's nice and sturdy, baked all the way through, but we still have those
It's like
layers.
a
But
no, it's not. It's like a.
so we're digging raspberries. You can do sliced strawberries. Just don't. If you're doing the lemon curd, don't do sliced lemons.
Cause that'll end badly, man.
That would go poorly.
Yes.
Okay.
Very poorly.
And these, include them in there, but the only thing is, on your edges, make sure you line them up nice, because that's what they're gonna see. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our Napoleon.
Here we go.
for completing a dream day of Wegmans culinary learning, April 19th, and a couple of have signed it. I know Danny's got his signature down there at the bottom, and Chef Stephen and I, so.
Nice job, Wyatt.
We really had a great day, bud.
That's wonderful.
My pleasure. Heard a lot about you. Mom,